What is up, my little baby internet land? Okay, so I want to talk about a post I saw on Twitter the other day. Okay, so, oh, by the way, Elon, I'm still not going to call it by that stupid fat boy joke. So you're either going to need to, gender your daughter correctly and call her Vivian, and then I'll call it by that stupid fat boy joke, or, you know, just give up on that one. Either way is fine by me, babe. Okay, so anyway, I was on Twitter the other day, and I saw somebody ask, like, so everybody retweet with when you got involved in politics, right? I'm like, oh, okay, well, I have a very specific story about when I got involved in politics, and it takes us back to when I was, like, 8 years old, right? Okay, so little 8-year-old me is at a Girl Scouts, camp out thing. Yeah, anyway, I get to meet the Texas governor, who at the time was Ann Richards, and I couldn't tell you for the life of me what she said that day or what her speech was about or anything like that, but I can tell you that she inspired the crap out of me to the point where, like, I was a little 8-year-old, right? And I was going around Texas, and I was trying to convince everybody I knew, like every adult I knew, that they needed to vote for Bill Clinton. This did not go over well, okay, babe? Not at all. Okay, y'all, so I'm sitting here, and, like, at this point in time, it was not, like, the reddest of red states, because, you know, we did have a Democratic governor. She was awesome. Oh my god, she was awesome. But, like, it was still Texas, right? And you would expect not a lot of Dems in that area. And you would be right, my friend. Oh, you would be so right. Although I hear they might turn it blue this year, so, you know, maybe, who knows? My family, I've got, like, a lot of family. I've got a huge family back in Texas. And, maybe they're, you know, they're all gonna get together and go vote this year. And they're gonna vote for Harris or something. I don't know. Maybe it'll be different. But, you know, if it's not, which, fair, Texas hasn't been different for quite a while. That was, like, way back in the 90s when I was 8 years old. Anyway, yeah, if they do, like, that would be really cool. And I think Ann Richards would, like, look down and smile on that shit, right? But, like, I'm totally not gonna hold it against them if they don't, because, I mean, look, okay, I'm in Arkansas, I know, I know that I'm not getting, I'm not gonna have a celebratory night as far as my state ballots go on November 5th, okay? It's, I know what's gonna happen, I know what's gonna happen, because, like, there are a lot of people here who, they don't seem pleased with, like, his ilk, you know, they don't. Sarah Huckabee Sanders doesn't have the greatest approval rating. Can't imagine she's gonna be governor again. But anyway, like, they don't like them the most. But I can't imagine the people here aren't gonna vote Republican, just because, like, I don't know. It feels very red statey. It's been red statey. It's always shown up for red, and I don't feel like. I don't know, is Donald Trump enough to change that? Because, like, I'm not showing up for red. I'm obviously showing up for Kamala, and, you should too. But anyway, like, I've been a Democrat since I was a child. Like, a literal, you know, this high child. And so for me to vote then, it's probably not, like, the most surprising thing in the world, you know? I'm sure it's shocking to some, but probably not many. And, like, I don't know, I joined this group the other day on Facebook, and it was like blue dots in a red state for Arkansas. And, my god, there were so many people who just, like, joined. Like, I guess they had it set to where anybody in the group could approve, you know, anybody that they knew, like, any of their mutuals. Because, you know, I guess they could, like, vouch for them or whatever, right? And so, obviously, this wasn't happening to me because I don't know, like, a damn soul in this state other than the people who I pay to know me, you know, and people at the stores and things like that. I got to see, like, my boyfriend's phone, and it was going crazy with like he was getting request after request after being like request to be approved into that group, and there were like so many people, and like I did not, y'all, full stop, I did not expect that, like at all, but it happened. But like, where does that leave us? But yeah, back to the original point of this video. So I'm a little 8-year-old, right? And I am trying to convince everybody and their mother to vote for Clinton. Yeah, I did the Simpsons thing. Just deal with that. It's okay. We're not gonna talk about it. We're gonna move right along. I heard shit that my little 8-year-old self was probably not ready to hear. I had learned so many new words. Kim sang for Clinton in Texas. Yeah, like a lot of new words. Ones I probably should not have been learning at the wee ripe old age of 8. But you live, you laugh, you learn inappropriate words. And so I learned like a lot of inappropriate words. I got some very interesting responses from people that I thought, you know, I thought you guys loved me. Apparently no, y'all, that love was conditional. And sometimes if you're trying to convince somebody to vote for a Democrat, they don't take it as you do it because you love them. Which really, like, okay, so like the whole thing I know about the Democratic Party is that our current values are, we are more Christ-like than the Republicans, you know? And like that's all well and good, right? But like, totally messed up, guys. This skull right here, this skull right here, this skull right here is supposed to be red. Oopsie. Okay, so like, I know we just want people to be okay, to have like their needs met, right? To deal with some price gouging, because who wouldn't want that? Because like that's insane. People are okay, so like the rent is too damn high guy is apparently in a nursing home somewhere, so somebody gonna have to step in and like take up his mantle of the rent being too goddamn high, okay? And it's not gonna be me, because I'm not a good talker, okay? I'm not, guys. I don't know why that gave me the, you know, gall to start a YouTube channel, but hey, maybe I should have listened to that lady on that Kate Middleton bit. Anyway, but yeah, like rent is too high, groceries are too high, the interest rate is too high, the Fed hasn't taken care of like us in a minute. They've been trying to like keep us from going into recession, and I appreciate that, guys. That's cool and that's nice and that's sweet. But at the end of the day, like, are we ever gonna get any relief? Like the little, you know, the little people at the bottom? Yeah, because I'm definitely one of those bottom people, right? And obviously I'm sitting here with a resin statue that I made that I'm gonna try and sell for like 19 bucks on Etsy. Check it out. Actually, don't. Go to Mercari, because Etsy sucks, and I think I'm gonna pull everything off of there. Yeah, anyway though. But like, guys, just give us some relief, because every time I walk into Walmart now, it's like I spend 50, okay, so it used to be that I spent 50 bucks. Every time I walk into Walmart now, I spend like 150 bucks. And I'm like, that's not, that math isn't mathing, because that was only like, God, a year and a half ago maybe? So, you know, we're gonna need to figure out how to get back to, get it back to good, okay? You know, Matchbox 20 style. But also, that whole thing that Kamala is talking about, like, you know, getting in there and actually doing something about inflation, because I know Trump keeps saying the word, right? But he just keeps saying the word. Like, he doesn't actually seem to know anything about doing anything about it, which is really weird, because he keeps talking about these tariffs, and those are going to come out as taxes on us. I think the experts worked it out to like a 4% tax on any imported goods. And I don't know about you all, but I am a brokey. And in this America, I order a lot of stuff that was made in China, because it's all I can afford. I can't afford, you know, like the made in the USA stuff, right? So I get the Chinese stuff. And that means I'm gonna have to pay 4% more on every single thing I get. That's not cool. That doesn't help me with my problems, which are that I don't have enough money, sir. That does not help me with that problem at all. That, in fact, I would venture to say, is probably gonna make that problem worse. Like, a lot worse, you know? And, I would bet money on that. I don't even have money to spare. So, like, that's how you know I am that confident about this whole thing, right? But it's gonna raise prices on us, tax-wise, because that's what tariffs do. It's been a minute since I had an econ class, okay? Because that was, like, 9th grade, and it was only a semester long, because for some reason they teach really weird school subjects, when it would definitely behoove us to, you know, learn a little bit about finance, but I guess that keeps the populace dumb and, you know, not wanting things and blah, 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 blah. Yay, capitalism! That's probably good. I just blew a bunch of dust into my lungs. I'm not worried about that at all. It's probably okay. Yeah, so, but like, okay, so he wants to put tariffs, and I don't understand, because I thought this man went to a pretty respected business school, Wharton, I believe it was, University or Pennsylvania or something. I don't know these things. I did not go to college, okay? I just graduated high school, and, woo! Anyway, he went to a good one, and I feel like they really probably should have taught him about taxes there. I almost feel certain they tried to, but I don't know, maybe he was like too busy, you know, figuring up an excuse for not going to be drafted and get drafted. That worked. Not get drafted and all that, right? So, guess he was busy. But like, they didn't teach him anything about how tariffs work and how they get passed on to the consumer? Or did they teach him about that? And he knows that it won't affect him because he is Richie Rich, and Richie Rich doesn't have to buy goods from China. He can buy made in the USA stuff. Although, admittedly, everything he sells on his website, double check that shit because it probably has a made in China tag on it. He gives you the Chinese shit. He keeps the made in America shit for himself. Yeah, that's what rich people do, you know? But I don't get it. You should know that's not how this works. Which tells me that he probably does. And he does not care. So, that is so precious. Why would you want that dude, a dude who does not care about us, to be president? Why would you want that? I don't understand it. And like everyone from freaking Tupac to like, just everyone, everyone who knows that man has something against him, okay? I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here because I am telling personal stories, but I am not mentioning any names. So there's this one person I know who knows him very, very closely and hates him. Can't stand him. He's a great person to have on your side when you need to deal with the, you know, whatever board or, you know, blah, blah, blah in New York, but, apparently not anymore. But, you know, he was good for stuff like that. But, like, if you ever needed him in your personal life, like, you ever really needed him to come through on something, I am told he did not do that. Not on a regular basis, not on any kind of basis, just avoided doing that. And, I don't know, like, I don't think a person like that should be in the office of president, because, like, I feel like they should at least be reliable to the people closest to them, right? I mean, does that not make sense? I feel like it makes sense. It might be crazy. I mean, to be fair, I am thinking of talking to myself in front of the camera, so, I mean, it's quite possible. But, like, I don't know. He doesn't care about us. He never did. It's never been about us. It's never been about the people. It's only ever been about what he can gain from it. He was president so that he could line his pocketbook, okay? That's all. That's the only reason. And now he's running because he doesn't want to go to jail. That is also an only reason. But like Kamala, she's been a public servant her whole life. She's not going to do anything too radical just because, like, she's been a prosecutor, she's been a DA. She's not going to do anything too crazy, okay? I need you to understand, she's not going to do anything too crazy. She's just going to be fighting these battles for us in, like, the legal sense, which it's been a minute since we've had, you know, Equality Lord Barack Obama in the office to, like, fight some legal battles for us, you know? And, like, we could use that again, right? We could definitely use that. I want to know that, like, whatever I'm saying to the world about politics, like, guys, I never, ever, ever want to be on the wrong side because I don't want to disappoint the ghost of Ann Richards. I don't know how much y'all know about that lady, but she is really good with guns, right? She's like a hunter and stuff like that. And, I don't know, I feel like she could come back and, like, bust a cap in my ass. I don't want that to be, I don't want that to be the way I go out. If I have some say in it, any kind of say at all. And I want to do right by whatever I think she would want me to do right by. And I think at the end of the day, the person that she would stand behind more in this particular battle would be Kamala. And, like, she's, okay, so she was a hunter, right? So she liked guns. And Kamala, she's not gonna mess with any guns, okay? She's just gonna make, like, background checks a thing. Which, background checks need to be a thing, so I don't want to hear any of this. They don't. No. Sensible background checks are not that crazy of a thing to ask for. They're really not. But, like, she's not gonna do anything to the actual guns. She's just gonna make sure that, like, the background checks are thorough and, like, they, you know, go interstate and do all of those things that you would like a background check to do if you're giving somebody a gun. Especially the size guns we have nowadays, because, like, those things are freaking huge. Who needs an AR-15 for, like, just, you can't hunt with it because it's going to tear up the meat, or it's going to tear up the, like, head of whatever you want to stuff and mount on the wall, right? And, okay, killing somebody in your house with it, either you are, like, the worst shot in the world, or it's a little bit overkill for that, okay? And, my God, guys. We don't need something that big. We don't need something that can potentially hit a presidential candidate from 450 yards away. There, I said it. I didn't mean it, but I said it. I said it. It's a thing I did. But yeah, like, we don't need an AR-15. I don't care what you put in the comments. I don't care. We don't need that type of pew-pew. Whatever. Moving along. She's not going to do anything that crazy to the country, okay? She's going to find some legal ways in the established laws that are, like, already there of how to do the whole, you know, avoiding price gouging thing, which I just saw, like, hey, the Department of Justice is suing all of the landlords right now because that's what they're doing. So it's not crazy talk what she's gonna do. She's just gonna find the right codes to charge it under, you know, and get it through. And otherwise, she's just gonna keep the country running, okay? Now, the thing with Trump, I don't believe him about the Project 2025 thing, but regardless of whether I do or not, he's not running because he wants to be president. He's running because he wants to keep himself out of jail. As soon as that operative is achieved, y'all, he can be booking it. No clue where. No idea. But he's gonna be gone. And, like, J.D. Vance will be the new president. And you know what J.D. Vance wants to do? Project 2025. Yeah. So the thing is, it really does not matter if Trump can distance himself from it all he wants. It doesn't matter. because he's probably not going to have a lot to involve himself with as far as the actual presidency goes. J.D. Vance will, and J.D. Vance has said no such thing. He's going to use that plan. He's going to use the crap out of that plan. And America is going to become Gilead. And if you can't find a way to make yourself stay under his eye and, you know, bless this, that, and the other, which I don't think I'll be able to do. I couldn't do it in school. So what makes you think I can do it for government? It looks like you're gonna get to go to camp. But not the fun kind. No. Definitely not the fun kind. We're talking like, you know what I'm talking. Starts with an A, ends with a Z. Somewhere in the land of stout and ale. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to live in that country. I'm scared of that country. I know what I would bring to that country, and I know that I would not be allowed in the home. I'm gonna end this video here, because if I don't, I'm either gonna get madder or more depressed, or I don't even know at this point. But it's not gonna go great. So, yeah. Peace out, my lovelies.